Alright, now here's a quick look at the keyboard layout and messaging. So I'm going to send another man a message. You can see it pops up with his name, and typing's fairly easy. Getting it invalid, we make up these phone numbers, but you can get an idea of how the messages are threaded. Turn that down. And you can also turn it sideways for a larger landscape keyboard. So I didn't do too well there, but the keyboard's actually very easy to use, and I really like it. It doesn't appear to be the stock keyboard, so whatever Motorola has done seems to be a pretty decent job. Alright, that's a quick look now at the Atrix 4G, but then let's check out the laptop dock, because that's going to be one of the real compelling points to this phone. It'll allow you to actually use it on the road with a full keyboard in a laptop environment. So we'll get into that now. Okay, so here you can see we have the Atrix 4G plugged into the back of the laptop, and then after about 3 or 4 seconds, the screen turns on here. Adjust the camera. And it allows you to control the phone using the keyboard. So I'm actually using the mouse here. On the left-hand side, you can see I have my contacts open, but I can also click home. You see right there, it's my actual phone's home screen. I can blow that up large, or bring it back to normal. And you can interact with it much like you would on the phone itself. So if I wanted to, say, go into the main menu, I'd click here and access all of my applications. So if I wanted to run Blockbuster, I could then launch that Blockbuster application. I'll zoom in a bit. And you can see that I have my contacts still. So if I wanted to call this guy, I could right from the phone itself. But there's a lot of neat things. Here we have, now I believe this is running a custom version of Linux developed specifically for this device, but you can't just go out and install standalone Linux apps developed for other Linux operating systems. So instead you pretty much, what you see is what you get in this case. I'll bring it a little closer. So if I wanted to go to google.com, now I'm browsing. This is using the 3G connection provided by the phone itself. And I want to call Pizza Hut. Hit enter, bring that up. I'll bring this full screen. You can see it's showing Pizza Huts in my area. Now here's what's really cool. There's a phone number right there. If I click that, it actually starts dialing from my phone if I wanted to. Maybe we'll give them a little, you can see right here it popped up. So that's actually calling from the phone. So we'll give them a little call. You can hear it ringing. We'll hang up when they pick up. Sounds like they don't want to pick up. Nonetheless, you're using this laptop accessory here to actually place calls using your phone. So it's a really neat device. You can also access your contacts just like that by clicking these down on the bottom. Bring up the dialer. Messaging, if you want to send a text message directly from this, you can. We were texting another man before. And we'll hit send. There you go, we can see that we had just texted another man again. Also allows you to use a file manager. So now we're actually accessing the phone storage. If we want to go through and check out, there's a neat alert. So you can see that number was invalid, but it just told us that. And if a new message came in, that's how it would alert us as well. We can go through and edit some of the data on the phone itself. What's really neat is that, like I showed you earlier, there's some USB 2.0 ports on the back of this device. So with those there, you can plug in anything that doesn't require a driver and sort of serves as a drive itself for additional storage. So a regular USB key, for example. Entertainment system here. So here we can go through and view the various media on the device itself. So I have some pictures that I've taken with the camera, and I can quickly bring them up. So really neat. It looks great. If we click settings, we can change various settings about the display, change the resolution. Looks like that's all we've got for that. Can adjust keyboard. Printers, if you have a printer, you can use that, especially a wireless printer that takes advantage of a Wi-Fi network. See here, just like on a phone. Sorry, I'm showing these things up here. The settings for display and the printer, and then Bluetooth settings. You can turn it on and off. Wi-Fi, connect to various networks. So just like on your phone. And then there's the battery life, and we're told it should last about 8 to 10 hours of normal usage. And I believe if you're watching media, such as a movie, you're going to get about 6 hours. And then, of course, when you unplug your phone, it should still have a full charge, so it's not using your phone's battery life, as I'm told. And then the At&t Uverse icon down here will launch that page. If you want to add more bookmarks, you can, whether it's a web application or a Firefox application. So we'll say that we want to make a web application, and we'll call it CNN. So now I've just added that, and you can see I have a CNN icon popped up down here. And that's going to launch the CNN page now in a separate window. So you can kind of think of those little icons on the bottom as bookmarks. Okay, here we are with Need for Speed Shift blown up at full screen. We can show you some of the Tiger 2 performance. The only problem is this relies on an accelerometer, so you actually have to shift the notebook to steer. But you can see the frame rates are pretty solid even at full screen here. But I am literally holding the notebook and shifting it to steer. So definitely, oh, and we crashed. Pretty neat though. That's a quick look at the Atrix 4G and the laptop dock accessory. This is Todd Hazelton with MobileBurn.com.